Following a worldwide manhunt that lasted over 4 years, 2 men were captured in the winter of 2017 and brought to trial. They face charges including attempts to violate pop culture and sabotage the planet's entertainment industry. After being held for less than 48 hours, these 2 men escaped from a maximum security facility. The fugitives are now believed to be holding up in an unknown secret location where they continue to broadcast their messages to their ever-growing army of renegade followers. Known only by the code names of Theo and Respect BA, these men are armed, these men are dangerous, and these men are criminals.
1, 2, testing. This is Theo Kane
and Respect BA,
and you are now locked into the sound of the Slimehouse Squadcast.
And this is the Lowdown Shelter.
And we're back again. And you are now locked into the sounds of the Lowdown Shelter with myself, Theo Kane, and no Respect BA today. Instead, I've got my friend Chris Hill, who is also a filmmaker, a film writer, a film fanatic, and he's also the guy that's been joining me for this year's 2018 10th anniversary Celluloid Screams Festival. So this is not going to count as a normal episode of Slimehouse. I think the last one we did was 26. The next one that we do with Respect BA will be 27. This is literally just a little segue side podcast, not even a Patreon exclusive, nothing like that, but because we're at Celluloid Screams this weekend, we just thought it'd be good to do like little breakdowns of some of the standout highlight movies. And last night we got to see both Mandy, the new Nicolas Cage crazy film, Mandy, and followed by the brand new Halloween sequel, the new 2018 Halloween. So we're going to get into this, we're going to get into Mandy, and then the next episode will be Halloween. So I'm with my friend Chris. What did you think of Mandy? Fucking mad, right?
Really liked it, mate. Yeah, it was good shit, mate.
You'd seen a little bit of it before. You'd seen an exclusive preview, didn't you? Like
yeah,
a couple,
I couldn't help
but only like 40 half an hour's footage of it or something like that. You'd not watched the actual full thing, so you knew going into it what to expect.
Yeah,
I didn't know, but you told me that I were gonna. You said I know you're gonna like it. There's some mad visuals, sick music, sick aesthetic, lots of mad lighting, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, definitely. It's the references that you get Mad Max references to it. You get Masters of the Universe type stuff. There's a lot of things in it, David Lynch type stuff. So the director Panos Cosmatos did a film called Beyond the Black Rainbow, which was a pretty cool film. It was very stylish, very well done.
Yeah, I've still not seen that one.
No, it was a good film. It's good. It's good. Very stylish. It's very claustrophobic. This is a different. I've seen some stuff that the director said when I was reading up on him, and he said that the inhale. Beyond the Black Rainbow is in inhale and Mandy is an exhale.
Really?
Yeah. So
okay,
cool.
that makes sense. That makes sense.
Man. It is because it's very claustrophobic. This is very exterior and very outside.
And with this film, I tried not to look into. I know everyone were gabbing on about it. Everyone was saying it's fucking awesome. You need to see it. It's really good. So I knew it was going to be good. Yeah. When that many people say something's going to be good, not always, because there's odd film that come out that I don't feel like that. But this, I kind of got a good feeling straight away. I like Nicolas Cage a lot. I like that crazy aesthetic. And I saw one little clip by accident on Instagram, and it looks like a cross between like Mad Max, Hobo with a shotgun, and fucking and Hellraiser, some mad shit. So I thought, this is going to be all the way up my street, and a perfect opening movie.
It was cool. Cenobites. I seen a little thing that they said at Celluloid Day. They said he's Cenobikers.
Cenobikers. Who said that?
Someone from there. I think it might have been Robertson.
Really?
On the thing.
Yeah. No, definitely.
It was cool, man. Very good.
Because it's got a mad story, and even we're not gonna. There'll be some. This is gonna be a spoiler-filled review. So if you've not seen the film and you don't want to know anything about it, very much like I didn't want to know anything about it before watching a film, then just listen to this when you've watched it. If you're not bothered, then we'll just get straight into spoilers from the start. I love the intro. The whole film is so fucking dark. In fact, we was warned that there's going to be some strobing effects in this film, and it weren't so much strobing effect. It's just that the film's so dark that when there's a flash of lightning or the light turns on or it's a daytime, it's like, oh fucking hell, it were hitting my eyes. I'm not epileptic, but that bit when like the light was flickering, there's a part in the film where the light's flickering, like the electric's going out, and it was so dark to bright that I was like, oh, I kept squinting my eyes when it was going.
I definitely felt like a mogwai when I've seen that fucking bright light.
Full on. But I'd liked. So the intro shot's nice. Getting into it, there's some music playing that you're quite familiar with.
King Crimson. It was good. It was a song called Starless, I think it's called. Very good prog rock stuff from the 70s. It is. And also it was what's crazy is cool little fact is the fact that the album was called Red, which is Nicolas Cage's character's name.
Dope name as well, Red.
Cool stuff. Good song, good music, very good music throughout the whole film. I think it's Johann Sebastian. I think I'm not too sure. I can't remember the guy's name, but he's a pretty cool guy who did the composition.
It's proper like. Oh, you say he passed away just for making that movie, didn't it?
Yeah,
Did he make the soundtrack just for that film, or was it like an existing score?
Just for that film.
Because it felt very much like 70s shoegaze, hippie, psychedelic kind of synthy stuff. Very fucking cool.
Yes,
very cool. And they've got a nice long intro. I don't know what they call this. Is it like a prelude or something? When you have Hateful Eight had one. What they don't really do in movies that much anymore, where you've got like a really long intro build up of like nice music and shots and titles. And I love that shit. I always feel like that proper gets you in the zone for a movie.
It's got that old style vibe to it as well. The whole thing, the way it's all brought together, it was pretty cool.
Full on. I love the font that they use and the red against the dark forest and shit like that.
The colours were really nice.
So we know that Nicolas Cage is like, he's a lumberjack dude, isn't he? And then he's working chopping trees down, and then he comes back home and he lives in the forest in this fucking dope house.
Yes.
I had a dream about that house last night. No lie, I had a dream that I was in a house that was like that. All the walls of the exterior are made by like doors and window frames all like screwed together, like a mad like conservatory kind of fucking house. Very open, no curtains, in the middle of the forest.
Definitely be good for drawing.
Definitely. We were saying, because when he comes back to his house, like his girlfriend sat there like by a fire with a sketch pad just chilling drawing at night, and I thought, it'd be so good to just go on a drawing retreat.
Yes.
Just to go away, just to draw for 2 days, 3 days, just in the middle of the forest, no phones, no internet, and just draw with a fire going and that, and have a little drink and that. So I proper liked the aesthetic of that thing straight away. So she says something when he comes in, he says knock knock. Yeah. And she's like, "Oh, you scared the hell out of me." And you took something away from that line I didn't.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. I felt like it was something personal like that, because the whole film is Mandy. It's based on her. Basically, it's based. I feel like it's her vision, and we're like dragged into her story, whether we're dragged along with Nicolas Cage or whatever. But you know what I mean? You scared the hell out of me. Made me feel like, oh, we're seeing visually exactly what that hell was brought out of her. Definitely.
Throughout the film.
Yes.
She's a sick artist. She says she's drawing even what she says. She goes, "What you're drawing?" And she goes, "Oh, it's like a forest temple or something." Maybe that's like alluding to the church later on in the film. Cool. Maybe. But yeah. So throughout the film, you said it's set in 1983. I never saw that. Did it say that?
It did say it. I think one of the title cards, the something mountain, said established. Well, it was, the place was at 1983.
Right. Oh, I didn't see that. Awesome.
Yeah, it was cool.
I got that straight away that it weren't set in our day. Also, there's a quote at the start of the film that's from a famous singer. They wrapped their headphones around my neck.
No, it wasn't a singer, mate. It was an actual murderer.
But was he not a singer as well? That was his thing. So...
No. His name was Douglas Allen Roberts. He died in 2005 with the execution by being executed lethal injection.
Okay.
And he was hiring cocaine and robbed a car, stole a guy, and killed a guy. And his final words was those words. His exact words was, "When I die, bury me deep. Lay 2 speakers at my feet. Put some headphones on my head and rock and roll me till I'm dead." That was a piece of it, mate. There was a little bit extra bits that he said, but that
I liked that fucking intro. I thought there were some lyrics from a fucking old rock song or some shit.
I'm not too sure.
Like
That was scary shit.
Yeah, weird shit and a nice fucking intro to the film. The whole movie is like, and when I do reviews or when I talk about films, I don't break them down scene by scene. My head don't work like that. I just talk about the film in general.
Got you.
So don't worry too much about like doing things in a fucking like in a scene order or anything like that.
No.
Because the whole film, it just felt like some mad fucking rock music video with like loads of mad filters.
Yeah,
and
I think
gels.
no matter what we do to explain it, people are gonna go there and might not even know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah. I think you took way more narratively away than I did. I watched it and there was so much I was like, I don't really know what's going on. But to be honest, the film's so good, I don't really need to know what's going on at this point. Yeah. And my guy's in it from Vikings, isn't he? The cool king.
Yeah, Egbert. Yeah.
King Egbert. Yeah, he's in it playing a different character. I would have never known it's him if you'd have not said. But now you say it. Yeah. And he got some mad like monologues, I suppose, where he talks for a while. And to be honest, they're the only bits in the film where I thought,
it got you a bit.
Felt because it was late and we'd been up from early. There were only little bits where I felt a bit drowsy because he were. So I think watching it again, not as tired, would make them bits work a bit better for me. But the whole film, I'm so glad we saw it in a cinema. Because watching that at home is not going to be like... it was like a visual experience.
Oh, yes, definitely, yeah.
And the music was timed so perfect to the shots, weren't it? Like,
it was.
Like when someone gives that certain look at music, it goes, wow, and it changes as things happen. But basically, the film is about a dude who's a lumberjack. He comes home, he's spending the weekend with his girlfriend, and then this cult turn up out of nowhere and fucking... basically murder his girlfriend in front of him.
Yeah.
They drug her first. They give her LSD.
That's right. Yeah.
They give her LSD in her eyeball, and then they set her on fire in front of Nicolas Cage.
A weird, strange bugger fucking infected her.
Yeah, they sting her with a fucking.
It's very odd, mate.
And they're like, there's this horrible fucking cult, and then the
children of the new dawn.
Oh, but before that, they have this. What's that horn called?
The Horn of Abraxas.
So they talk about this mad horn that they've got, this cult, which are like a really weird fucking hippie Manson kind of cult. They've got the Horn of Abraxas.
Yeah, Abraxas has it.
Looks like a piece of moon rock, but they blow it on a mountain. Woo! It makes a mad noise, and it calls these fucking mad like bikers down that look like Cenobites. You don't really see them, you just know they're big fucking mutant bikers full of spikes and nails and studs. And you're like, who the fuck are these? Are they demons or what?
Yeah.
So they're working with those guys, and he said something like blood for blood, and he gives him like a jar or something to.
I thought when I first watched it, I thought it was blood, but it's not. It's some psychedelic shit.
Yeah, we find out after it's some kind of LSD shit. So he gives the jar. The cultist guy, one of the cultist guys, gives the jar to the biker, and he downs a big gulp of it.
That's it, yeah.
And then they all go to the cabin together at the house and fuck shit up, don't they?
Yeah.
They capture Nicolas Cage, beat him up, tie him to a tree with barbed wire, and then they hang his wife upside down and set her on fire in front of him.
Whether they're gonna leave him or not, leave him hanged up or whatever, but they just wanted the girl, but because fucking the shit that happens.
So they capture the girl, and I think they want the girl to join the cult, don't they?
That's right. Yeah.
They want her to join the cult,
but they probably just would have left him then.
So he strips off naked, and she sees everything, his tail and whatnot, and she starts laughing at him. So because that happens, they kill her. Because you don't want to join the cult, so they hang her upside down.
Jeremiah Sands, his name, isn't it?
Jeremiah Sands, yeah. Name. And he does a big long monologue. He plays his music, and then they hang her up and set her on fire. Like I said, this is not in any order of the movie. But before this happens, she's reading a book, and one of the cultists pulls out a vinyl with like an album that doesn't exist but looks like it would have existed at the time.
Yes.
It's his album, is that what it says?
It is, yeah.
He released an album.
Yeah, it's nice. I think it's a fake album. It's not a real album.
Yeah.
But it's cool. It looks really cool.
It looks sick.
He did really well with the fucking
with that aesthetic.
Yeah.
And then she's reading a book that looks like an old 70s paperback.
Yeah, I can't think what it's called. The serpent something.
But they don't really even show you what's on the cover. You can just see that it's got a mad painted album artwork cover.
Yeah.
And that looks really cool. And I thought, is that a plot point? Are they going to get sucked into this book like Never Ending Story or some shit? But no, there's just little aesthetics in the film where we see things like that don't exist in the real world, but in that world they exist, and it just helps you get like enrolled in the movie even more. So yeah, basically, it's a revenge movie. The whole movie is a revenge movie that's mega fucking psychedelic. Nicolas Cage throughout it is very fucking deadpan and so, except for certain points, he's very fucking subtle. He's not there doing a lot of crazy shit for a lot of it, is it? Like, when I saw the trailer, I thought... when I saw the poster, there's him covered in blood in some mad, like, post-apocalyptic vest and that. I thought, this film's just going to be him going all out. But it isn't. No. There is some points where he goes all out. After his wife gets murdered and he downs some vodka and he has, like, a moment where he's just screaming to himself. And people were laughing in cinema, and that pissed me off. Because it's like, if your fucking wife just got set on fire in front of you, how are you going to react?
And he's been stabbed too.
And he's been stabbed, he's been chained up with barbed wire all night, he's just drunk a load of vodka. And of course you're going to be fucking going nuts. But people now just associate Nicolas Cage with just like that laugh and scream they do. So they were just laughing. So that pissed me off. I'm sure they're all enjoying it in their own way. But just for me personally, them bits to me were deep moments. And I think any other actor, they wouldn't have been laughing. It's just because it's Nicolas Cage. And that's what pisses me off. I get defensive over my guys, and he's one of my guys. So... basically, it's just him going on a rampage to take out the cultist and all these bikers. We find out later on that these bikers... the way that they are look
black
like
skulls.
The black skulls, because they've had crazy amounts of this mad LSD that this guy's invented. That another dude who was in it is another dude we find out later is invented.
The chemist. Yeah,
the chemist, and they've been obviously downing jars full of this shit. So the film goes on, shit happens. He ends up tangling with all these guys separately, the cultists and the bikers. There's some epic fucking fight scenes, and he makes his own axe, doesn't he? He makes an axe that's... I don't know why, but Bill Duke is also in it from Predator and shit like that and Commando, and he's just in one scene, and he's been looking after Nicolas Cage's crossbow, and he builds his own arrows. We don't find out why. You don't need to know why. You just know that he left a crossbow there and he's gonna get it. So he gets the crossbow, and then he comes home. So before he goes on his revenge spree, when he's getting ready for it, he's got this big fucking stone mold in his shed. I don't know why he's got it, but he pours metal into it. Fucking obviously hits it with the hammer, folds it, shaves it all down, and it's some big fucking axe. It looks like Lord Zed's staff from Power Rangers. Didn't you say there's something about that?
Yeah, the director said that he based the axe, the shape of it, off a band called Celtic Frost, and the F in the actual font, the way it's written, is the same shape as the actual sword axe thing.
Yeah,
because it's like a Skyfall. So because she mentioned something in the film where she says, I can see the Reaper coming, or something similar to those lines. Yeah. Which is pretty much it's like an axe, because he's a lumberjack and also a scyther, isn't it? So
yeah, it's fucking mental. It's a big, massive piece of steel that he's carved into some big fucking axe scythe thing.
Yeah.
which he's got strapped to his back.
All you needed from it with the shine was the ping from anime. That's all you needed. That sound.
Yeah, of course you did.
Cool.
So he gets into it, and at one point he gets captured, and then when he frees himself, obviously he frees himself from being captured. He ends up finding a jar of the LSD, and he dips his fucking finger in it, the slightest little bit, and touches it on his tongue, and fucking like mad psychedelic scene happens.
Face melts, mate.
Yeah, like old faces melting and crazy stop motion and animation.
What's cool is I seen an interview where he was talking, where Nicolas Cage was saying what made him want to work with Panos, and he said that he wanted to work with him because Panos said when he was a kid he used to melt. He used to like melting figures. He used to like melting their heads and see what he was like. And he said, "Yeah, I kind of want to work with him now." So he got to melt his head in the fucking film.
He got to melt a face in the film.
He got to melt Nicolas Cage's face.
But what I liked about it is it showed you that the LSD, he took the slightest little dab on the end of his finger and it fucking sent him into another world. And these fucking bikers have been drinking jars of it, which is why they're fucked up. Bill Duke says, he explains on it, he goes, they're called black skulls. He goes, they're pure evil.
Yes.
They come down from the mountains and they've been taking this crazy batch of LSD.
They're tortured and they fucking love it.
To a point that it's fucking changed them so that they'll never be the same ever again. So that explained why they were like these mad fucking growling
like
mutants.
Feral monsters.
Yeah, you never really see their faces. You don't need to. It's one of them where the less you see, you build your own image up in your head. You always see their silhouettes.
Yeah, they reminded me of Blake and the pirates from the fog. You know, when they first arrive after they blew the horn. When they first arrive on the bikes with the mist and that, it reminded me of that.
Very much. So they were very sick looking, very cool. They look a bit like those fucking junkie, what they called.
From
the Plague from Hobo with a Shotgun.
Yeah, and also you said last night. You said Weird Science as well. He was almost
like
that
kind
of
bikers
vibe,
from Wheeled. The bikers
which was
from
like
Weird
Hills of
Talons.
Eyes-ish with Mad Max type style.
Yeah, exactly. Mixed with the Plague mutants. So all the shit that I love. All in one. So yeah, they were fucking awesome, and the way he takes some of them out were fucking every fucking fight that he has is sick.
Yeah,
very sick.
Yeah. The cool one with the blade when he was fighting and twisting around, twists his neck. It was pretty. He said he was basically said he wanted to. Nicolas Cage said he wanted to channel Bruce Lee around it. So the fight scene had that kind of vibe when he had his eyes open wide, snaps his neck. Yeah.
And one of the bikers is sat doing a shitload of fucking cocaine in front of watching a porno. Oh, this was a sick scene. So there's a guy with a big blade for his dick snorting cocaine. Watching porn. And Nicolas Cage ends up going and having a fight with him. They have a tussle. He takes him down. I can't remember how he kills him, but he kills him on the floor. And then he sits up next to this fucking TV playing porn.
He does something to his neck or something because he bleeds all over him. I remember he bleeds
he must shank him in his throat, something like that. He bleeds all over him, you're right. And then he sits up to take a minute next to the TV, and then boom, the TV blows up, and there's one of these other guys stood there with a shotgun.
Yeah.
So after he's took those out, he's looking around, looking for stuff. He finds his crossbow that they've took off him.
He finds his axe. He
finds the axe. He takes the LSD, and then he looks on the thing, and then you just see him sniff a big fucking glass shard with all cocaine on it. That was the bit that I thought was quite funny.
Yeah.
But it was also, I was thinking, well, it's in the fucking early 80s. They was all on cocaine. Yeah. He's been up all night. He's been stabbed. He's been fucking thrown in it. He's been thrown in that room. He's been captured. He's been fighting.
No going back.
He's
from
covered
this
in
now.
blood.
He may as well just go full retard, right?
His wife's died. He just fucking. Do you know? I didn't blame. I don't. I'm not into drugs myself, but I don't blame my guy for fucking snorting a line. If it's that era as well where they're all on cocaine.
He's gonna numb his shit, mate, to go and do some killing.
He's on a rampage. If you're gonna take coke ever, I suppose it's when you're on a rampage. You need to not feel pain.
Rampage, Cage.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, cocaine rage, rampage, Cage. Try saying that a few fucking times. So yeah, and then. The film plays on and it ends up just being the rest is just a sick fucking psychedelic revenge movie with him with his axe and a crossbow just going on a fucking ramp. I like the bit. There's a part where he gets a chainsaw and he's trying to get it working and he walks up to a dude who's waiting for him. And you think, oh yeah, man, he's gonna cut him with a chainsaw. Then the guy steps up and pulls out a chainsaw that's like 4 times the length of his. So that was good. And then they have a sick fight.
It's like a bravado thing. It's very male.
The fight scenes were sick.
Yeah,
the fight scenes were sick, and the whole movie because it was shot really dark and red and weird. Whether they was like switching between stunt doubles and that kind of thing, you just couldn't tell. It just flowed fucking perfect. Also, throughout the film, these titles keep appearing, and each title is it like telling the chapter of the story or something? Yeah,
it's like it was like an event or the place of like important pieces in it. Which what got to me a little bit more, they should have had more places where they was going. So when they arrived to the chemist, I thought they should have had a title card for that.
Yeah.
When they arrived to the church of the Children of the Dawn, they should have had a title card.
Like when you watch,
but they were really nicely stylized, wasn't they? You know. I think it was the place where there's a mountain where he lives with his missus was one of them, and then it was a title card for the children of the New Dawn or something. Something like that.
And then the last one was Mandy. But they'd done like a mix between mad like paperback novel fonts with like death metal band kind of fucking looking logo font things.
Very good. And what's cool with the artwork that she drew as well for Cage, when it showed you at the end of the credits, we've seen some sketches in that. It was done by Boris Vallejo's missus, so it's pretty cool.
So all the drawings that she does is done by Boris
Vallejo's missus.
Explain who that is.
I think her name's Julie Bell, I think.
No, but explain who Boris Vallejo is.
Oh, Boris Vallejo, he did a lot of cool art. A lot of cool art from the 70s and so on. He was painted. You might have seen someone the comic books of Conan, a lot of fantasy art with a lot of bodybuilders with giant like dragons and stuff like that. Really, really nicely painted. Very, very good. Very, really, really, really brilliant artists. Like Mrs. also is the same. These both bodybuilders.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So that's why you see them all. They're always the tough characters in them.
So she did all the artwork and the artwork on the book as well.
I'm guessing it's the artwork on the book. I've not really confirmed that, but it's definitely the sketches.
The sketches that she does, and they make a point of showing that, don't they, at the end of the film? Yeah. So the whole film happens. There's lots. I mean, we're not going to go into every fucking scene, but there's lots of bits in it that's very psychedelic. You can say, is this in his head? Was it in her head?
Yeah.
Is it her vision? Like you're saying the thing about hell. Is this hell?
Yeah, that was my interpretation.
Are they even on Earth anymore?
I know that's the thing, isn't it? But they do mention. I think she mentioned something about planets of the universe or something. He says that really big book, and then we see planets all the time. We see this kind of they're talking about planets. They're talking about galactic eating planets. So it's almost like I don't know. Are we living in her world? Her galaxy? Is it her universe?
Planets. But there's
everything
points
around
where we
Mandy,
see the sky, and the sky doesn't look like it's of Earth. It looks like some cosmic shit. And then the last shot of the film, the camera pans up, and we're in, and that isn't a fucking normal sky. There's mad spiky mountains. There's a big fucking cosmic like planet something in the sky, and it looks very much like something.
Which was cool. Like after we had to talk about it, they say you brought up a point. You said it doesn't really explain that it's really on Earth. It doesn't explain that, does it?
You don't know where it is.
We just think that, but. I'm not saying that it isn't, but you know what I mean. It was a nice fucking thing for you to say.
But it was just enough. It explained it. If it didn't say who the bikers were, I would have been a bit like, they could. What are these mutant things? They explained why they're like that because of the LSD. Yeah. He was on a rampage. They were cultists. I think we knew enough to, and because it was very drug fueled, we knew enough to keep the story going. Because I hate films where you've got to explain, or where you've got to think everything in your head and make their own storyline, where they don't tell you it. They show you some cool shit, but they don't explain enough for it to make sense.
I don't mind that. I like both, though.
I usually struggle with films where
so you go into a Lynch film,
it leaves me asking too much. If things leaves me asking too much, then what I do is I find myself not enjoying the movie because I'm too busy trying to work out what the fuck's happening. Yeah. So the fact that it explained enough, I don't mind if it took place on Earth or a mad planet or in their head or whatever.
Same.
There were some nice animated segments. Overall, really fucking enjoyed the film. I did you get a voting slip at Celluloid Screams, and I wrote an excellent on that one. Both of them very. The only thing I said. Was a downer. Was some of the exposition speech with the cult guys was a bit long and drawn out, but it might just because I was tired. I think watching it under different eyes, I might not have seen that. And I know this film won't be for everyone. I know some people who are massive film fans, but they wouldn't get that. They wouldn't get it. And I appreciate that because it's very fucking out there in parts. But if you're looking for a Nicolas Cage film, like a new film, I kind of saw this as his hobo with a shotgun. Yes. Nicolas Cage has been shit on for a long time. Everyone takes the piss out of him. Do you know what I mean? He's now become like a parody and a meme, and I hate it. And Rutger Hauer wasn't like that, but Rutger Hauer were doing like a lot of straight to DVD and cinema kind of stuff and independent things. And if this is... Sorry, I was saying Rutger Hauer did a lot of straight-to-DVD stuff and stuff that wasn't released in the cinema, TV movies and that kind of thing. And they did Hobo with a Shotgun, and although it was an independent film that was like very cult, it's still kind of his character came from the heart, and everything that he says in the film when he does the exposition line about the kids in the hospital and stuff. I always love that scene. As much as the film's daft and out there and crazy, there's some real like deep moments, and that's what I like. I don't like when you get these films like Kung Fury and stuff like that where they're like a mad parody of like a time of the 80s and 70s and things. But there's no heart there. It's just visual and fun, and everything's a joke.
But Mandy was visual and a heart.
I had a couple of moments that were fun, but overall deep. And your fucking wife's been set on fire and in front of you. Like, if you're going to be having a scream in your fucking house, you have your fucking scream, bro. Anyone would be the same. So, I really fucking enjoyed the film. It's great to see Nicolas Cage doing some fucking bad boy shit again. Definitely. So that was the first review of the film. Have you got anything else you want to say?
Yeah, I want to say...
You've got lots of notes.
Yeah, I want to say the sound... The guy who composed the music was Johan Johansson. I wanted to clarify that because I said his name wrong before. I wanted to say our respect.
You're very factual,
R.I.P. to that guy.
I'm just like, well, I think this is his name. If it's not, fuck it. I fuck knows. I don't know. Don't listen to this podcast if you want like very good facts. He's literally just us talking shit
Oh, you
about
wanted to
a movie.
say the thing about the tiger as well. You like the tiger top.
Oh, yeah.
And also her drawings when she did sketches of him. When we've seen it at the credits at the
Yeah.
end. She did him with a tiger.
There's a few.
So he had a
points in
tiger
the
on his
film.
top, and when he went to see the chemist, he was
Yeah.
a tiger there. But obviously, it's a metaphor for Nicholas's rage, isn't it?
Yeah,
You know?
that's
a
what
manifestation
you think,
of it. Yeah,
You
'Cause
think
both
so
high
deep
and
into films like that. I don't. But when you said that, it makes sense to me.
doesn't
Like,
it?
yeah, fair enough. Yeah, there's a few times in a film where a tiger is like a plot point, or well, not even a plot point that it's there. The chemist had a tiger in a cage. Nick Cage, Red has got a tiger on one of his tops in the film. It were a cool fucking like varsity jumper t-shirt that he had. Then she draws him with a tiger when you see the pictures at the very end of the film.
Yes, yeah.
Oh yeah, if you watch the film and you don't clock, you see what she's drawing. You have to watch it to the end of the credits, and it just shows what she were drawing.
Nice
Is anything else?
sketches.
Any other
No,
notes?
that's it,
I know
I'm
you ain't
good with
crazy
that,
with the
yeah.
notes. So yeah, we keep these pretty short and sweet. This is just under half an hour. So this is the first review of the Celluloid Screams. Don't be confused if this one comes out after though, because we're going to do Halloween next, and I want to get that out today because Halloween comes out today, and we watched it last night.
Yes.
So this has been the Lowdown Shelter. I'm Theo Kane. That's Chris Hill.
Indeed.
Celluloid Screams 2018 film reviews, and for now we're gone. Boom.
Peace.